Take it slow, but it's not typical. He already knows.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a first impressions of the Maybelline Dream Velvet Foundation. And this is just what it looks like. And I got it in 40 Nude. And then I'm also going to be using the Maybelline Dream Blender Foundation Blending Sponge. You can buy this separately. I just purchased them both because they're supposed to go together. So I'm interested to see how this is going to work. It's basically a blender on a sponge. I mean, it's basically a blender on a stick. I don't know if it's going to compare or if it's supposed to compare to the beauty blenders at all, but we're gonna see. The foundation ranges from about $10 and then the sponge ranges from about $5. So I'm just going to open this up, and while I open this up, I'm just going to tell you that I already moisturized my face and I've already primed it. I'm not going to do any concealer just because this is what my face looks like without anything on it. And I don't want to conceal because I want to see how the foundation works and covers and all that without a concealer. So, I don't know, this is really interesting. Ooh. Wow. Okay. It just looks like this. Okay, so I'm going to go damp this in some water and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back and I damped this blender, and before I did it, it was hard, and after it's still pretty hard. It didn't absorb the water like I thought it was gonna do. It didn't do anything like the beauty blenders do. It didn't get bigger in size or anything really. And like I said, it's still pretty hard, so I don't know how this is going to work, but we're going to see. So I'm going to take this, and like I said, I got it in 40 Nude, so we're just going to put it and I really like the packaging because it's not like the Maybelline Fit Me. That's my favorite foundation, hands down, you guys. But the thing with that is that it's a glass. I have it right here. It's a glass bottle, and it doesn't have a squeeze tube or a pump or anything, and it literally just falls out. And you waste product. And with this, there's no wasted product because you can squeeze as much product out as you need. So I just put a little bit, and as you can see, it's not running at all. It's really a mousse formula. So, oh my gosh, I'm like so nervous to use this because it's like hard as a rock. I mean, they really got it down to a science, like the eye area and stuff, but this sponge is not working at all. If anything, it's just making the foundation look splotchy, and I'm just really not liking this beauty blender. This isn't even a beauty blender. Maybelline, what are we doing? We can do better than this. Look at this. Looks like poop on a stick. Okay, you guys. The first impression with this is you've already heard it. I do not like this. So I'm just gonna put that to the side, and I'm gonna grab my beauty blender. Now, it's not a beauty blender, but it's my beauty blender dupe. I have a whole video dedicated to this, and I will link it down below. So I'm just going to go in. This is already damp, so I'm just going to go in with this. And I don't even know if this color matches me. Okay, so this side is done. I mean, I am going to go over it with another coat of foundation, but so far the shade is nice. The only thing that I have to complain about is it can get kind of splotchy. I don't know if that has to do with the Beauty Blender being wet, but it does get kind of splotchy, but the texture is awesome. It's definitely a mousse. It reminds me a lot of the Maybelline Dream Matte Mousse, the one that came in the glass jar. That one, it just reminds me of that. I mean, it's the same texture. I would definitely compare it to that, just in a squeeze tube. Sorry if I'm looking right here, by the way, this is where my mirror is. I mean, I could like pick it up and do this, I guess, but I would still have to look down, and I don't want that to get in the way. So, I mean, I'm trying to do it looking at y'all as much as I can. But yeah, the coverage, I mean, the coverage is definitely a medium coverage. It's not a full coverage. I'm going to go back and see if it's buildable, but it's definitely covering the redness that I have going on my cheek area. And around my nose, I have a lot of redness, and it's seeming to cover that. It seems to cover that as well. It feels great on the skin. So it's definitely the mousse that feels like that, but it feels great on the skin. It definitely melts in to the skin. And I put one pump, but one pump wasn't enough, so I'm just going to go in and maybe do a half a pump. So definitely a little doesn't go a long way with this foundation, I can say that, because you kind of do have to use more to move it around. So that might be an issue with the product being $10 and then you have to use more product and you're only given 1 ounce. You know what I mean? So, I mean, it melts in and it really gives you a natural finish. I don't know if you can see, but it gives you a natural finish. I mean, it literally feels like you're not wearing makeup at all, and that's a good feeling, because the Maybelline Fit Me is my favorite right now, but it's so heavy I can actually feel when I'm wearing the foundation. And with this one, you really can't feel it. And I mean, I think it's great. I think the coverage is about a little bit more than a BB cream, I want to say, because the Maybelline BB cream, you can still see the pores. See, you can still see the pores right here. And of course, you can still see the underlines. So the coverage is about medium. It's definitely not full coverage. It is buildable, but it's not going to cover your under eye circles or, you know, the dark under eyes. I don't even know if that did anything. I mean, it is a little bit buildable. I do love, I'm really bashing this foundation. Okay, I'm trying to get it all off my hand, so I'm not wasting any product. But another thing is, I mean, it goes hand in hand with the texture, but you do want to make sure that you blend it out because it seems to splotch in some places. And I believe that that's just the mousse texture. But this is the finishing. I mean, I think it's gorgeous. It's so natural. I mean, I really like it. But like I said, if you want a full coverage foundation, then this foundation may not be what you're looking for. It is definitely matte, and it's definitely hydrating. The finish is definitely matte, like you can tell. But the finish is great. It's a nice finish. Since I didn't use a concealer, I am going to go in and use a finishing powder. This is just a blotting powder from NYX. This is my favorite one. I'm just going to go ahead and put this over it, just so it lasts all day and doesn't get oily. My hair is like all in the way today. There. So that was my thoughts on this foundation and the sponge. I would definitely recommend the foundation. If, like I said, you're looking for medium coverage, this is definitely not full coverage. Unless you don't have big pores like me. I have huge pores that only some foundations and most concealers can cover. So if you don't have that problem area, then this might work for you. Other than that, it didn't cover the redness right here and over here, and then my under eyes. But I also didn't use concealer. So I might do another video using concealer. Let me know if you would like to see that video, and I'll definitely do that for you guys. But yeah, that was my review on the Maybelline Dream Velvet foundation and the sponge, and I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you would like to see that video, either like this video or leave me a comment down below, and I would really appreciate it. And thank you so much for watching. Bye, guys.